Hey, what's up, everyone? A
Hi,
very
everybody.
refreshing week. We've got a lot to talk about tonight.
Refreshing.
Mm-hmm. I'll
Uh,
get to that in just
I
a
feel a
minute.
little burnt over here.
We all have that too. But tonight's main topic, I don't know if you guys follow Rod or any of the commotion that's going on, but the Stingrays have left the house.
Rodrigo showed up, and it was an eventful couple of days.
So,
And someone said something about we clickbaited him on the video. No, Rod showed up, and we're getting ready to do the Stingrays, and he's like, "No, I got to leave to Kentucky, and I'll be back." And we're like, "What?" Okay. So that's what I put in the video, and then I went on to part 2 of the Stingrays, and I'm sorry, not Stingrays, the pool pond, which I promised everybody there's going to be a part 2. So that's how I ran that out. There was no clickbait. We don't try and clickbait means we put something that represented the video on there that has nothing to do with the video. If we're going to talk about goldfish and we put a big Goliath tigerfish on the video with teeth and stuff, or on the thumbnail, that's clickbait, and zoomed it up really big and made it look extra huge. We don't do that stuff. So, anyways,
before we get onto that,
okay.
we've got well, for in honor of tonight's episode, the drinking word will be Stingrays.
Stingrays. Drink up.
So we've got 166 people.
166 people. We can start with the Tracy update. Tracy, oh my God, it's been a roller coaster. Unbelievable. This poor girl. You guys have heard me before mention that I was trying to give her things in her mouth. Like I put syrup on my finger and put it in her mouth, and she liked it. I tried peanut butter, chocolate, melted chocolate, and then when I gave her some ice cream one day, it hurt me to the core because as soon as I put the ice cream in her mouth, she went to crying, and it was all bad, and she was twitching, and she was in so severe pain that we had to investigate further and found that there were 2 cavities on her teeth. Well, they're on the back side of the front teeth and a little on the side. And I put cold ice cream right into her mouth. I felt so bad. Oh my God, I hurt inside so bad for hurting her. She actually had tears. So we got a hold of the hospital, and we found one place, not even in our hospital, they won't do it, but Metro will, which was Metro Hospital. They will take and do surgery on a coma patient. Basically, they have to put them to sleep, and they're used to doing it, and they're doing it. So they wanted her to come in for a physical thing. So we got Tracy all lined up. We got a transporter line. We got Tracy down to Metro. Then they seen that, she might have pneumonia on her chest x-ray. She might have pneumonia. I'm like, no, that little pocket in the bottom of her right lung, has always been there. Everyone says it's pneumonia every single time. They're like, well, we can't move forward with the surgery until you get a CAT scan of it. And the doctors call us from, a Cleveland Clinic saying it's not pneumonia. We're like, oh my God, it took us 7 months to get this appointment, right? Tracy's been living with these 2 cavities ever since. So we're like, okay, fine, whatever. We call, we schedule the CAT scan, we schedule an appointment with the doctor afterward. It's going to be on the 29th of this month. So June 29th, it's coming up soon. We're going to take Tracy down to Cleveland Clinic. They're going to give her a CAT scan. The doctor, which I asked, can you please just send over a thing saying that she don't have pneumonia? You've known about this. Oh, that's Hoover's phone. Can you go shut that thing off? Mm-hmm. The doctors have known about this spot in her lungs that makes it look like she's got pneumonia for like years. And he's like, well, I'm not comfortable doing that. Let me get the CAT scan, and then I'll give him a letter of okay. I'm like, okay, fine. So now the 29th, we have the CAT scan, and the first or the next day after the 29th, whatever it is going to be a virtual visit with this doctor, Dr. Fidel. Then we can go ahead and call the surgery scheduling, and I've got her name and number to get Tracy in there for her teeth surgery. And they call it surgery because they're going to have to put her under. So they're going to grind away the cavities, fill it in with, the white teeth filling, or they're going to have to pull it. Whatever it has to be done, they're going to do that day. But they're going to give her a full cleaning and all that. And if there's more cavities or something else, she's been 2 years where she's not brushed her own teeth. And the first it was 7 months she was in the nursing homes. we've been brushing her teeth since. But that first 7 months, I can almost guarantee you that they did not brush their teeth every day. You know, they were supposed to, but we do it here at home, and it bothers Tracy. So we're not even using her electric toothbrush no more. We're using a foam pad and trying to, get in there, and then we give her mouthwash and all that. So it's definitely hurting her, and we need to get this done. And, so we've got it all accomplished. We're jumping through all the hoops that they tell us to jump through to get Tracy this dental work. Finally, after probably the first of the month, she'll be okay, and she won't have her teeth hurting her no more. I didn't have problems with her having cavities when she was awake. It's just this being in bed and the nursing home's taking care of her. Who's that?
Hey,
Hey, what's up, Hoover?
Hey, what's going on?
Grab you a chair and join the show.
Grab a chair and join the show. I'm gonna grab a chair, but I gotta go make me a drink, man. That's why I missed last Friday, man. I got too drunk.
Oh, stop it. You make it sound like all we do around here is drink.
No, hey, I was so drunk, man. Woo,
I don't.
liquor.
Stop it. He's talking about when he went down to Tennessee for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And look, everyone's Hoover.
What's up, everybody? Be back in a minute.
All right. So is that the end of the...
No, so, basically now we've got Tracy as comfortable as possible. She's still doing all the things that I said she's been, moving up to. She hasn't done nothing new this week. She's done more of the same. So I'm happy with her update, and except for the teeth. I want to get that fixed to where she's not in no more pain, because she don't deserve it, Let's let her heal, but not be in pain. Let her heal, give her time. Let her brain make these, connections again. It's all that poor girl. Oh my God. So, we're taking care of her and doing what we can. And, we just don't want to see her in pain. Now we're done.
Okay, so about the raise. We do have video of the raise going. There's a lot to talk about in that video. I can't spoil it too much because it will be coming out tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow's video, you got to watch. Got to be there.
But, I mean, it explains pretty much everything from day one and plans going forward. We got a few surprises.
Mm-hmm.
It was a long day. It was a lot of work.
No, it was a long 2 days. Because Rod calls and says, I'll be here at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm up all night anyway with Tracy. So, I skip my little 10-minute naps and all that, and I'm staying awake because Rod's going to be here anytime. And, we ain't going to be there till 3. Oh, no. 3 o'clock comes. I stopped at a hotel room, couldn't take it no more. So he stopped at a hotel room. He'll be here about 2 the next day. He finally shows up. And then you see the video that I put out last time where he shows up and starts talking to us, and then all of a sudden he's leaving again. What? So he went down to Kentucky and picked up some crazy fish. And wait till you see this on the video tomorrow. You're going to be amazed. These guys are amazing. And then, he came back from there. So we let them sleep, and they slept overnight. And, we got up, and I cooked them all breakfast. We had biscuits and gravy and scrambled eggs with cheese and ham in it, and sausage links and chocolate chip pancakes with Mrs. Butterworth. So they ate good, and we went out there and started bagging up the race. Josh didn't even have to get into the 4,000 to grab the 3 that were in there, the 4,400. He got them from a net on top. I was amazed. I was like, there's no way you're going to catch them rays. You need to get in there, Josh. He's like, we'll see. And he caught them. I was amazed. So we got the 12 out of the 3,000. We got the 3 out of the 4,400. We got the 2 out of the pool pond, and then the rest came out of our ray pond. So now our ray pond inside the fish room is actually our sump, and we shouldn't have had no fish in there, but desperate measures. So we got all the rest out of there, and then he took we got 3 boxes out there that we didn't need. 3 boxes that he didn't take out of the 40. So
you guys are saying spoilers. You go on some spoilers. Well, I've got some spoilers for you.
Yeah, you do.
I'm not going to say anything, but I will show something, which...
I always want you to give me the video so that I can use it as a background.
No, we can't do that yet. We can't let the cat out of the
This
bag
guy.
like that, because people can go back and save this live stream, and they blast all over the internet.
Oh, our people wouldn't do that to us.
All right.
We have nothing but good people following us.
So should we show them that one?
Let's give them a preview of that.
Give them preview.
Okay,
of that.
wait. I've got another one I can shoot, or that one.
That one.
That one for sure.
That one.
All right, are you guys ready?
Remember, we're supposed to be doing this mermaid video soon, so we talked Rod into putting on a mermaid outfit. Oh, Josh. Get it up to the camera closer. There's Rod in his mermaid outfit and bra and the blue hair.
You guys can't really see it all
Can you
too
turn
well
that sideways? It'll get bigger.
It's a upright photo. I didn't take it for a thumbnail. It gets smaller.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah. But yeah, you get a little sneak peek of that in the video tomorrow, and a huge teaser for the mermaid video. So
Yes. So we got Rod into the mermaid outfit, and it was hilarious. We laughed our butts off nonstop for about 2 hours as we're doing all this filming and trying to do everything, and then we actually pushed his cameraman in, and Rod was supposed to, I can't give that out. I can't give that out because that's on our main video, so I can't give that out. But Rod was supposed to do something he didn't do.
wait.
No, that's not Hoove's clubbing shirt. I gave Hoove all of my X2s,
Yeah, 2X. I'm in
2Xs
now.
that I ain't fitting into. That I like didn't wear much. So I've got all my 2Xs I really like, and I gave him a bunch of shirts. Now he can at least be cool because he lost some weight. He ain't wearing that Hamburglar shirt no more.
You gave him his doll, right?
I gave him his doll. I was wanting to keep
It
it
ain't
here.
a doll, it's an action figure.
I was wanting to keep it here and not give it to him. Just let him look at it. But, I had to give it to him.
Okay, we've got Richard Macy, $5, says all the best fishy friends. Love the daily vids. One day we'll get over for a visit from the UK.
Awesome. Let us know ahead of time so that we can, plan you to be in here and make sure nothing else is going on and we can all be here. That way it ain't like, oh, Big Rich and Hoover's gone on a rescue. There's just Reaper here. If you're coming in from that far away, let us know and we'll all try and be here. That way you can get videos with everybody.
And people are saying we should have had Rod on for Stay Fishy Friday. Well, if it would have
left.
worked out, we would have,
Yeah.
but he had certain amount of time. He already spent another day and a half than he planned to be. Girlfriends were getting mad,
Wives.
Wives, yeah. Well, she was absolutely ecstatic. I sent her those pictures and clips
Of
of
Rod?
Rod, and I woke up and she's just like, "Oh my God, Yahoo!" Like laughing her butt off.
You made Rod's wife happier than Rod makes Rod's wife?
So you guys are just getting a teaser tomorrow, but then the real funny stuff is going to be inputted into the actual
main
mermaid
mermaid
video,
yeah.
which we might try and finish that up this weekend.
I was waiting for our big special guest to fly in.
It ain't happening. I don't think it's happening.
I've been waiting and waiting and waiting.
Well, you can do a part 2.
Okay. Yes, Hoover did lost weight. I lost weight. You just can't tell it yet, but I'm down 15 pounds. Hoover lost some weight, and I don't understand it. He eats more than anybody I know. I mean, he gets up and he eats. I cook him chocolate chip pancakes with butter and homemade whipped cream and all this stuff. And then he'll go from there. An hour later, he'll be snacking on Cheetos. An hour later, he's making himself a thing of biscuits and gravy from the fridge, right?
Yeah.
You just made biscuits and gravy, and then you made macaroni and cheese, creamed corn, and what else was that? And 4 sausages.
And a biscuit.
And a biscuit with some butter and strawberry jam on it.
Yeah.
And then Are you hungry?
No.
You
I'm
lie.
not hungry right now. I'm good right now.
But this is.
I know one
this
thing.
This man eats. I don't understand how he's losing weight.
Rich, I'm 52 around the gut. You're 55.
54. Don't push it.
55, Rich.
No.
That's what you said. You said it.
Yes, we started at 55. I'm at 54 now. So I lost weight, and I was waiting for Hoover to come back from down south because I was going to be like, Now, if our bellies are the same size and you're 6 inches shorter, guess what? You're fatter than me. No, this SOB comes back skinnier, and he did nothing but work outside all the whole time he was down there. He was working and walking 12 miles to get beer and coming back home.
Oh yeah, I had some like 2.5 mile walks there and 2.5 back. I had fun though, man.
Good.
Had fun.
So you start walking through the fish room now, and it looks kind of sad out there. The 3,000. I'd say it looks deserted, but them pacu are big. So.
Yeah.
But the tanks are looking at empty out there. But I told Brittany last night, I'm like, you're gonna come out to the fish room today, and the water's gonna be all clear. And you walk out there, the water's looking great because now all the rays are out of the sump. Everything can just clean.
Is that the guy with the turtle?
No, the guy with the turtle's gone. Somebody just said something about Hoover and pizza on there or something.
So you ain't getting skinny now. What was I saying? Oh, the fish room. The water's looking fantastic. And the only thing that I'm having a little trouble with now is we got to go through and clean all the biofilm off the windows, and then the tanks will look great. So, with a upped bio load, you're always having to clean biofilm off the windows. Now that the majority of the bio load's gone, we should be good to go.
Hey,
What's
Rich, it's your brother. He said he got some fish out there for you.
There's some sick fish. You can put them into any empty tank. Don't put them into, nothing with any other fish in because they're severely sick.
All right.
All right, Josh, let's answer this one here.
You guys ship fish, or is it pickup only? Pickup only. We do not ship.
We do not ship our monster fish. We do not take the chance. We don't need to. We haven't ever been in the situation where we have too many fish. We don't know what to do. Then we would pick up shipping. But right now, we don't have a problem getting rid of fish.
And right now, shipping prices are astronomical. That's why Rod came in and he ended up picking up the rays instead of having them shipped back. And so we just opt not to do it. That's a whole different line of work that we're just not cut out to do.
We don't have the oxygen tank. We don't have an account with the airports, from airport to airport. We just don't have none of that stuff. So we haven't gotten into it yet. Now, someone else says, I understand, as someone who lives in Tennessee, this is Allison Berry, says, I can understand Hoover lost weight. It's hot down here. Well, it's been hot up here, so it's got to have been really hot down there. So his big butt was sweating while he worked on this trailer. He gutted out the whole trailer, down to the walls. They put up new sheet metal. He was working it. He said it was like 120 inside that thing. It was
carrying
like an oven.
Stingrays, though?
Huh?
Was he carrying Stingrays, though?
No.
So he wasn't carrying Stingrays?
No.
Oh.
He was working inside of a trailer that's covered in metal that was like an oven, and he's, gutting it out, carrying out all the cabinets, cupboards. He gutted it out down to bare walls, And
saying Stingray because it's a drinking word.
Oh, Stingray. You got me on that. My bad.
And you guys might be wondering, could we at least tell them where we put the new fish?
Sure. I was going to tell them, but
Go for it.
Okay. So many people say I cut you off and I steal your thunder, so I was going to let you tell them. All right. We got new fish, and they went directly into our koi pond in the backyard, a 38,000-gallon koi pond. And each fish, Josh carried them. Here was his mouth, his hand around his mouth, and here's his hand around the tail. And there were 6 of them, right?
Yep.
Ran to the backyard, and you have to throw these fish in. Now, let me explain that. Usually, you set fish down in, you're careful, But these fish, they get like I forget what it's called when a shark goes upside down. But when these fish come out of the water, they do the same thing. So when they were moving the fish into Rod's truck, one did that and he just laid on its side when he got put in the water. So Rod picked it up, threw it up in the air, 3 foot, boom, hits the water, just laid on the side. The owner came in and said, no, you got to do this. He grabbed him, picked him way up, threw him way up. He hit the water and swam off. You got to wake them back up out of their little mesmerizing thing, whatever it's called. And that's what we did. So we have videos of us throwing them in the pond, and none of them were on their side. They all hit the water and swam. And these things are super fast, prehistoric, beautiful looking, amazing. I've been wanting them for years.
Expert level, not
Yes.
for every fish keeper.
They are amazing. Oh, wait. Rod already showed us on his Instagram what he showed you. What'd he show you?
That's for those guys who follow the channels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been giving you hints, AJ. They're blue. They're long. They're
Bluish
prehistoric.
black.
They have a body of a shark.
They were once
And the face only
classified
a
as
mother
shark.
can love, right?
They were once even classified as a shark. Freshwater
Chuck
shark.
Ross says paddlefish for sure. Well, if they are, then we have 6 paddlefish that are 30 inches to 32 inches long. That would be amazing.
So, AZ Fish Room says you're gonna need some zooplankton.
No. I can't tell them how their eating habits are without giving it away. We do not, though. Thank you very much for that. And that's how paddlefish eat as babies, you know. So, but yes, I get you. That's completely correct for baby paddlefish.
Gave it away. It's paddlefish.
Told them.
You already told him.
No, I didn't.
So no, even without the baby paddlefish, they are filter feeders. Being in the outdoor pond, the koi pond, there's enough, microscopic bacteria in there,
And
that
algae
stuff
floating
that they
through the
can
water.
feed on.
Also, they came out of a big 2-acre lake where they feed with pellets. So paddlefish come by, and this is what I couldn't tell you before because it'll give it away. Paddlefish come by and they swim up top and they flip upside down and scoop up the pellets and then turn back over and keep swimming. So the pellets disintegrate in their gills and they get food that way. So the larger paddlefish can do that. The babies need the zooplankton. Yes, or the baby brine and all that kind of stuff.
And yes, fishing with Dano, they do have a blue sheen to them. They
They're
are a grayish
beautiful.
blue. They could be brown. They could be black. These ones are a bluish tone. Dougie says Bigrich can't resist a spoiler. That's true.
I love you guys. I can't keep nothing from you. Ghost 6.0 says, stuck in the ER. Thanks for the show to keep me busy. Yes, thank you. Well, we just did have the police and the ambulance leave here. So, yeah, I know what you feel like. Yeah, it's a waiting game in there, but here it was hectic.
AJ said, what, will they be able to stay outside in the pond forever? Don't they
Yes.
get like 10, 20 feet? No,
No.
they don't. They get
6
a max, like 6 foot. Did
I steal your thunder?
These are,
My bad.
These are American paddlefish. They are normally farmed for like caviar.
They still do it, yeah.
Yeah.
And they will be there. They will be good in the pond all winter long. They are fine.
Someone's asking about the white spotted black cichlid in the Bellagio. That is a Paratilapia pauleni or a
Lenny,
starry night cichlid.
Hobie G. Foster says, the police were there? Yes, they were. Let me, do you want me to go into that now? All right. Many times, I have a big house, 8,200 square foot, and it's just me and Tracy and the nurse here. The kids moved out. Josh got his own home. Richard's got his own home. Richard's got his own home. So I've got, 3 bedrooms down that hallway, a big bedroom in the basement extra. and it's all quiet around here. So a lot of times I help people out. Somebody needs a place to stay. They live here for a while. Usually they're very, very grateful and help me out around here. I don't charge them no rent, but they help me during the day. And then, they got their evening time to themselves and try and get ahead and this and that and blah, blah, blah. Or they go on rescues with me and that kind of stuff. Well, this girl moved in. Her name was Nicole, and she got a hold of me through Facebook. And, she was trying to, like, flirt with me and this and that. And I'm like, look, if I'm going to help you out, it's nothing to do with flirting, boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm not going to ever hit on you. I'm not going to try and sneak it in your room. None of that dumb shit. Oops, sorry. She had her own bedroom back there. And all I asked for is help me out during the daytime. Well, this crazy girl been here for like a week and a half, and she has done nothing but upset everybody. She won't clean up after. 4 times last week, Mara told me that she had to flush the toilet. This girl won't even flush the toilet after herself. So, I'm cleaning up her mess in the kitchen. I will give her this. On Father's Day, she did do the dishes for me because my kids cooked, and there was still some dishes left because they did the dishes too. But after picking up the rest of the stuff laying around, we got another sink full. She did them dishes for me. Well, she didn't do them. She put them in the dishwasher for me. So that was one thing she did. Other than that, now she's starting to stay up all night long and, walk around the house and in and outside. And all she cared about was going outside, smoking cigarettes, come back in and laying down. So all day long, we're having to be quiet because she's in there sleeping. And then all night long, she's going in and out the door. And my door goes, kitchen door, every time it opens and closes. And, there's nobody can get some sleep or anything like that. She didn't care about us at all whatsoever. All she wanted was for us to treat her better. So, now I gave her that bedroom. She took over Joshy's bedroom because it has its own bathroom in there on her own. She just went in there and started sleeping in there. I'm like, okay. But she yelled at me 3 different times. I haven't had my coffee yet. Don't talk to me. Okay. And then later on when she's fine and dandy, I'm like, look, you can't treat me like that. I'm helping you out. I'm giving you a place to stay. Oh, I'm sorry. Blah, 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 this and that. 3 times she yelled at me during the last week. And, I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I'm not helping her do anything. She's just living here and taking over. And then today I go in Mara gets here at 8:00. I go in, I'm in the bed trying to sleep by 8:30. At 11 o'clock, I get woke up because there's girls out here screaming and yelling at each other. Well, Mara had said something to her because she left the toilet unflushed again and left a bunch of stuff on the sink. Well, Mara cleans that sink for Tracy. That's Tracy's bathroom. That's Mara. Mara takes care of that bathroom. And Mara's like, it's not my job to take care of you. You're a grown woman. Clean up after yourself. Put your stuff away. Leave that bathroom the way you found it. And for God's sake, flush the toilet after you use it. And she was F you, F you, F you, F you. And I come running out here, and I'm having to stop this. I'm like, oh, my God. I'm like, look, woman, if you make me decide between you and my nurse, you're going to be homeless. Stop. And she started F you and me and called me a fat son of a bitch and all this stuff. I'm like, oh, my God. I turned around. I grabbed a little bit of water in a cup, and I poured it on her head, and I said, calm down. My bad. But you know what she did? She walked over to the coffee cup, which wasn't full yet, of the, what's that thing called?
The Keurig.
The Keurig.
Yeah.
It was like a half inch from the top of filling this coffee cup. She grabbed that coffee cup and she hit me in my face with it. Actually hit me in the nose with the cup. So all this coffee went in my mouth, burned my tongue, burned my lips. My whole face is red. And if you can see down here, my whole neck is red. And then right here, see, this is my normal skin color. All this redness.
Oh my God, it's getting hot in here.
Do you see that red patch there? And it's starting to bubble a little bit. The ambulance came, they said it was 1st degree. I was like, dude, you guys don't even understand how much it took me not to just grab her by her neck and knock her out. I got hit, and I'm like, and I screamed because it hurt. I mean, it was scalding hot coffee. And I've got my fists clenched to my side. And I get done screaming, and I'm like, get out. And she's like, she started ignoring me. She started singing the song that was on the radio, and just walked past me, went over to the other sink, started refilling her coffee cup to put back in the Keurig and make coffee. I'm like, get out, and she just ignored me. So, I had to unplug the coffee machine because she was going to try and make more coffee. I'm like, I said, get out. At this point, Mara already seen this, heard the scream. She called 911. The girl, her name was Nicole. She started walking out back. I'm like, wrong way. You get out of my house. It's in the front. Get out of my house. She's like, leave me alone. And I started walking after her out to the back. Halfway through the fish room, she's like, leave me the F alone. I'm like, you're getting off my property. You're leaving now. And we get to the back deck, and she wants to sit down back there. And I'm like, you're not sitting down here. You are leaving off my property right now. I'm still dripping with coffee, scalding hot coffee. So she gets off the deck. She walks over, and I have that pile of gravel there. She bends down, picks up a pile of gravel, turns around, and hits me in my face with it. She was like 3 foot from me. I'm like, oh, your ass is going to jail now. If I was undecided before, you're going to jail now. That's assault twice.
Tony Skinner says, stick with the stray fish.
So she walks out front, and by the time she gets out front, the cops pull up. So now she's playing the victim. He's making me leave, and I can't get my stuff. I'm like, are you serious? Officer, come on in. I'll grab all of her stuff with you. No problem. I just don't want her back in my house. She's caused nothing but trouble. She's arguing with my nurse. My nurse threatened to quit. I can't have that. She's going to be homeless before this and that. So I come in here with the cops, and I gather up all her clothes, and I take it out to her. Or the cop takes it out to her. She's in there crying that I'm keeping her money in her purse. I'm like, her purse was in that. I had Dylan, the volunteer here. He's the one that bent down to the ground and picked her stuff up around her bed. And there was a purse there. And we put it in there. She's like, no, I had another purse with money, and he's trying to keep it from me. I'm like, I am not trying to keep her stuff, officer. I don't want nothing from her. I tried helping her out, and she's done nothing but treat us like crap. No good deed goes unpunished. That's all there is to it. My nurse hates her. My son hates her. And now I hate her. So the ambulance shows up, and they take me aside, and they're put, stuff on aloe and all this stuff. And she's getting arrested for assault, and she wants her boots. And I'm like, we picked up her boots. Dylan picked up her boots and put it in the bag. She's out there crying, no, he's trying to steal my boots. I love those boots. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not stealing her boots. Her boots were in that bag. And then the cops made her empty out her bag. There was a pair of boots in there. She goes, not these ones, the other ones. They're in the back door. So we went and walked, and we found them. They were there. And I'm like, sorry, officer, there was boots in the back door. Here's her boots. And, the cops took her away. So today being Friday, she's not up for get bailed out until Monday. She's spending the weekend in jail. And this is what I get for trying to help people. I think if I'm homeless and I need a place to stay and somebody gives me a place, I'm going to help clean their house. I'm going to help fix any projects they got. I'm going to help them. I'm going to act appreciative,
Sometimes you help the wrong person and you just get burned.
I got burned all right. My whole neck, everything. This isn't the color of my skin. This is all red burns all through here. It's all red burn. My tongue is burned. I had scalding coffee thrown in my face right off of the Keurig. It wasn't even done filling the cup yet. Oh my God, it was hot. It was horrible. So
I like the advice on here. Stick to stray fish.
I don't know. Somebody said too. Also, pass the beer nuts.
So Mara says I'm not allowed to help anybody else and give them a home unless they pass her test first. So, and I tried saying to her, I'm like, look, you're using a bathroom that's shared with Tracy and Mara. All you got to do is leave it as clean as you had it when you moved in. If you walk in there and it's clean,
Jerry.
And she's like, oh, have you? I clean up after myself, blah, blah, blah. And this is the first time. And I'm like, no, Mara's complained to me 4 different times. I never said nothing to you. Maybe I should have. I'm saying something to you now, and you're F me. What kind of person are you? You're either, leave you alone and we don't get yelled at, or F me. I mean, you go from volatile to disgustingly horrid. You're a terrible person. if someone gave me a place, I would be appreciative. I would be like, what do you need fixed? What do you need help around here? You know, I don't have a job. I don't have, you know, a car. I don't have nothing. You picked me up. You give me a place. Let me help you, you know. That's the way I'd be. I call that appreciation. She didn't even clean up after herself, let alone help us around the house. You know, so I don't know. Any good things you've seen that you want to say something about?
Yeah, someone said she leaves floaters. That's enough to get the boot.
And then somebody else said, sounds mental.
Dude, she has mental problems for sure.
Jim Sheasley, $10 says, Rich, I got to tell you, I had a feeling about her when I came out last. You got a great nurse in Mara. Mara is the best.
Right. Don't make me choose between helping you and my nurse. My nurse is going to win every time. She's been here almost a year and a half, 2 years going on, something like that. And she has never given me one problem. And she helps clean. She even does laundry when I like fall asleep or something. She'll do my load for me. And I'm like, Mara, you don't have to do that. She goes, oh, you do. You help so much. Just don't worry about it. You know, she's such a sweetheart. I'm not going to give up Mara to help some stranger that treats us like crap. And Jim saw that too. Yeah, I don't remember talking to you about it, Jim.
You're freaking lucky.
Why?
If you rent someone a room on Airbnb for one night, they're technically a tenant in your house, and you have to evict them. You're lucky the cops.
No, because then the people would be going Airbnb and staying there for 2 months for free.
I just read a thing about it. Someone just said something about it in the comments. I just read a news article about this lady. She went on vacation, so she rented her house out for the 5 days while she was on vacation to make some extra money. Because why wouldn't you? It's smart. She came back. She says, I'm not leaving. Evict me. And the cops came and said, yeah, she's right. She's technically a contracted tenant.
I hate how little power the landlords have. You know, I own this house. I'm letting you live there, and then now you're not going to leave, and I have to eat up all the costs. You're not paying rent for 2 months until I evict you, which costs $150 and a bunch of my time to go downtown. Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. Mara's a great friend and nurse. And now, mind you, I never hit on her. I never walked in her room. I would not do something like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what she was thinking. That she can just walk in here and take over and make us all kiss her butt. She was just an evil person. To burn me like this after all I've done for you? Dude, you guys don't even understand how much it took. If this had been 15 years ago, I may have grabbed her up by her throat. You know what I'm saying? I was young, dumb, hot-headed, and I was a bouncer, and I didn't take nothing from anybody. It landed me in jail a few times. So it took everything I had not to do something, you know. I'm screaming in pain. The coffee's just pouring out my mouth, down my face, and I've got my fists clenched. Oh my God! It took everything I had not to grab her up. And then I had to walk around after she will not leave my house.
All right, so back to the fish side. We got a good question. Someone said, what happened to Paul Cafaro? Wasn't he supposed to come?
Yes.
So a lot of people were supposed to come. Kevin was supposed to come. Paul Cafaro was supposed to come.
Biology.
Well, things changed last minute. Paul ended up flying back to New York, or
Can I explain
Florida.
How and why? Rodrigo was supposed to fly in with Paul Cafaro and Kevin Y. Then they decided at the last minute there was too much. They're going to rent a truck and drive. Well, Paul didn't have time now because he was supposed to fly. Now the drive is going to be 9 hours. The drive back is going to be 9 hours. Paul didn't have time to stay. So Paul flew home. Kevin is now going to stay at the place to get things ready for the Stingrays to come back home. So that's how that happened. And now we just got Rod here. But you guys are going to be happy with just having Rod here because we talked him into getting in a mermaid outfit. It was great.
Yeah, so back to the Stingrays. You guys drink up.
Even Tadino says, Josh is right. If anyone gets mail at your address, they can move in and claim occupancy. She didn't get no mail, so maybe that's why. I don't know. But the cops...
Every city is different. There are local laws.
Right. Even if it was that she got mail here, I guarantee it's a domestic thing at that point to where she hit me, she assaulted me with that hot coffee, I did not hit her back, remove her, and they will. You know what I'm saying? She has no rights at that point. Now I can go get a TPO, temporary protection order, all that kind of stuff, and she can never come back here. So that's where the laws change a little bit. She did an assault. You know what I'm saying? To where if it was an assault and I just wanted her to leave and she's like, F you, then it would have been a tenants thing type thing. So.
Someone's asking how Brittany's feeling. She must be ready to go any day. So yes, our original due date was July 13th, and it got moved up to the 5th. But the baby is in place, and she can honestly come any day. So,
can I tell the story?
Go for it.
Greg Woodstock calls me this morning. He's like, congratulations. I'm like, for what? He goes, your son having a baby, your grandbaby, she's born. I'm like, what? Now, in my mind, I'm getting really mad at Josh because he says he posted a post on Facebook saying the baby's born, it's 10 pounds, 11 ounces, and all that. And I'm getting mad. I'm getting madder by the second in my mind at Josh for not calling me, telling me I got to find out through Facebook, all this stuff. And he goes, oh, yeah, she was born with red hair. And I'm like, wait a minute, Josh got brown hair. His mom's got blonde hair.
Your first clue was he posted on Facebook, because I don't post shit on there.
So now he's telling me it's red hair, and I'm thinking I got to check into this. Maybe get a pregnant or a birth, what's it called, father paternity test, and something I don't know. She got red hair, that don't make sense to me. Blah blah blah, and this and that, and then he's like, she's 10 pounds, 9 or 11 ounces, and blah, blah, blah. And then it goes on. I'm like, still getting madder in my head that Josh did not call me and letting me know they're going to the hospital. And, then he says, oh, and she's already walking in the recovery room or crawling. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, the baby's crawling. I'm like, Greg, shut up. You're messing with me. And he started laughing. I'm like, oh my God, you don't know how mad I was at Josh. And that was this morning. So I called Josh. I'm like, you call me right now. He never called me for about 2 hours. Greg messed with me. He was not at the hospital.
I mean,
while Greg's talking to me, I'm looking on Josh's Facebook to see the post.
I mean, realistically, even if I did get the call, nobody would know until she's born and be like, all right, I'm home with the baby. You may now come see her.
I better know.
I ain't having nobody at the hospital. You're not allowed. Like, it's
whatever. I better know that you're going. She's having a baby tonight. I better know. I better be kept in the loop, son. Otherwise, me and you having trouble. We're going to have trouble like I tried keeping a hamburger from the Hamburglar over here.
Someone keeps asking about Frontosa and the Monster Pond. Won't happen. There's a tank for the Frontosa.
We have a Frontosa tank, and we're not going to put them in there. They're not as fast as the cichlids, and they probably would get picked off, and we don't want that, Right now, you guys got to understand, we have to keep a happy medium between this fish will eat that fish, this fish will get big enough to this. These fish are faster, these fish are slower, these fish eat slower, these fish eat faster. We got to separate all this. So where we have things is the best thing we come up with. So we get 1 million comments a day. Why not put Betty in the pool? Well, because it's a pacu. Big Betty is a pacu. We have lights in the pool. We have power heads in the pool. We have many, many wires going down to pumps. The pacu will eat these wires. We're not taking the chance. Why make ourselves work harder? That 3,000-gallon tank is for the pacu, and that's where they're going to stay, and that's that. Yes, can we give Betty a better home? Yes, but then Betty will give us problems after problems after problems. Every cord will get chewed up, we'll have breakers tripping. Well, it's just all bad, So if you see us doing something, there's a reason for it, is all I'm saying. There is a reason why we don't have these fish together. So trust in the process.
Yes, they will not do well in the Monster Pond.
Right.
They are not a pacu. That is true. They are a Frontosa. And there are 40-pound catfish in there that will mutilate.
Wait a minute. Pacus are not a Frontosa.
Yeah, he's saying stuff in the comments. Now I'm commenting on
okay.
Comments. And you also have alligator gar in there that will tear them to shreds. The small African cichlids are in there because, for one, they're lightning fast. Two, they're small enough they can get behind the rocks and hide. Frontosa have no hides at all. And three, the African cichlids can breed fast enough that if something ever happens to pick them off, they're not really going to decimate the colony. I'm sure African cichlids get picked off here and there. It's, it's meant to be. They're a natural food source in the pond, but we didn't even put the African cichlids in there. They just happened to show up and start breeding. So that's kind of why they're in there. If we purposely put the Frontosa in there and then the fish started getting eaten, that would be on us. So that's why we don't do it.
The cichlids got in there through babies, through overflowing the Bellagio tank, going through going back to the pool, and we did not plan on them being there. And then all of a sudden, there were just bunches of them. So,
Frontosa don't breed fast. You're saying a bunch of ignorant comments, and I'm sorry, but
don't say ignorant.
There's another.
No, everybody has a reason, and no question is done.
The definition
it's not
of
knowing.
ignorant is not
I know,
knowing.
but when you call someone ignorant, it sounds like you're calling them a name. So don't say that, please. So we're answering these questions because they're non-knowing, and here's the reasons why we can't put the Frontosa in there. So they are definitely slower than the cichlids. They will get picked off, and they don't breed near as fast. And it'll be on us if our Frontosa die, and we don't want that. So.
All right, Jim Sheasley, $15, says, now that I'm feeling better, if you ever need help with any rescues out east, let me know. And once the doc gives me permission to drive, I want to come out once a week to volunteer.
Sure thing, Jim. But the problem with you volunteering is we get to gabbing and laughing, and we don't get nothing done. Thank you, Jim.
Do you believe the Amara will be a problem in the future? 100%, but he's going to be a species-only tank.
Do you remember Arapaima?
Yeah.
On Monster Fish Keepers, had the 50,000-gallon tank.
No.
He had, how big was his wolffish?
I don't remember him having
that ate the, was it Arapaima or?
That was a black late labio shark that killed the.
Oh, that's right.
5-foot Arapaima. It was 3-foot shark.
3 foot, yeah. Yeah. He went through some trials and tribulations, and we all learned from him.
Yeah.
And, yeah, okay, so you mentioned the wolffish. I thought it was the same fish. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but the Amara right now is just a wee small guy. And
how is he, 12, 13 inches?
I'd say 9, closer to maybe 10 if you're lucky. Yeah, he's still small.
Okay, take your word for it.
But he's just now starting to stack on some weight. He doesn't even.
Says Hoover looks hungry.
He doesn't even have his attitude yet. Once he starts getting his attitude, you'll stick your hands in the tank. This thing will look up at you, and he'll just start attacking. So right now, I can still get in the tank and, come about an inch from his mouth, and the thing will just look like a deer in the headlights and not move. But once he gets to a certain size, his instinct will kick in, and he will start being a ferocious predator. But good question.
Tyler Kerr says, by the way, how can I get an autograph from everybody there? Well, we attend the Chicago Aquashella, where you can come up and get a free signature from us. Animal Con, I think it costs $25 to meet your YouTubers. And then the Dallas Aquashella we attend. And what was the other one? The Florida Aquashella we're going to start attending. So there's 4 shows that we attend that you can meet us and get signatures. And I always stand out there and take pictures with everybody. I don't charge anybody nothing for it. Come on by. I usually have a line to my booth, and I'm signing, my autograph pictures and papers that I've got. Sometimes I take Will Star with me. A lot of times I take Reaper with me. Now I can take Hoover with me. Josh, he's kind of busy. It used to just be me and Josh doing the shows. So when Josh can get away, I'd love doing shows with him. He's my favorite to do shows with. So me and Josh do a show. It's great.
That's because I'm fun.
Well, and it wasn't fun when you and your woman came, and then Reaper and his woman came. I was the last man out, and it was terrible. I had the worst time of my life. It was horrible. Yeah,
Porter.
The Kentucky Mammoth Cave Aquarium Expo we also do. So there's 5 shows a year.
Philip Porter says that catfish that Josh put in, how big is it? So that was over 30-inch
Which
channel
catfish
cat.
you wouldn't wear?
I'm guessing the channel cat's the only catfish I've moved in the last 2 weeks.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking that catfish you put in the 320, the 350. What was that called?
That is people call it slang a dolphin cat, but it's
Dolphin
more
cat.
related to a wood catfish from South America. They're not really seen all too often, but they're freaking ugly. They got these big old lips, and they always look like they're wearing lipstick and whatnot. And this one's a bit beat up, so we got to nurse them back to health. How big do a Mara get anyway? They get about a meter long, so that's just over 3 foot. And these guys come from South America, and they actually eat big electric eels down there too. And these things have the goonch and the amara have the two biggest teeth out of any fish that I know. You pull the lips off the amara.
What about the pyra? The armadas?
They have two big
saber-tooth things. Yeah.
I
You're talking
guess.
big teeth.
I guess
They
but
go into
these
their
have a
head
whole
past their
mouth.
eyes. A whole mouthful of fish.
I would be most scared of the amara if I had to
You'd
choose.
be most scared of the.
If I had to choose, get bit by an amara full size, tigerfish full size, or a saber-toothed barracuda full size, I would pick the amara last. He would mess
You'd
me
rather
up.
have 2 big 3-inch teeth come
Yes.
through your arm?
Yes. That amara mouth.
Now, this
nothing
is
to
coming
joke
from a
with.
guy that's been bit by a 4-foot alligator gar
Yeah.
with like 100 needles on top and 100 needles on bottom of his foot, and then shook his foot.
Yeah.
That was the craziest bite I ever seen. 100 little red blood things looking like, needle points, and the same under his foot. And he's just sitting there, he's holding this big heavy thing, and he's like, Dad, the fish got me. And I'm like, oh, stop messing around, boy, this is heavy. He's like, no, Dad, I swear, fish has got my foot. So I look over, I'll be damned if a 4-foot alligator guard didn't have his foot and was shaking it back and forth. I'm like, oh my God. The boy just stood there and took it.
We got Kathy Aponte, $5, says, will the paddlefish be okay in the winter?
Yes.
Mara rocks. Yes, the paddlefish will be a-okay in the wintertime.
You got one up here too.
Harry Banana says, would you guys love a channa fish, or are they banned like the snakeheads?
They are banned.
The channa fish is a snakehead.
It's a snakehead, right? Type of. There's like 1,000 different types of snakeheads, and they're the what do you call that?
Say like 50. It's just the species. They're all
Right. They're all channa, yeah.
and then
But yeah, they are beautiful, and we would love to have them. We can't have them; they're illegal.
the one I'd like to have the most is a channa barca next to the giant snakehead. So the giant snakehead is cool because he gets giant and he's also green. But the channa barca is the most, I would say, the most gorgeous. It's like blue and purple, and it's just awesome.
Here's this one.
I'm not gonna read that one. Where are we at? Just read that one. Yeah, I already answered that. The Mara gets a meter long. From your first fish tank, did you think you would be where you are now? Not at all.
No.
There's been plenty of times that we said this is the last tank. This is as big as we'll ever get. And here we are, probably about 20 iterations from that moment.
Yeah.
At
Still
one point,
growing. With plans on now another what do you call it? Addition.
Yeah.
You know what I found out today? The guy that had the channel catfish or the paddle catfish or paddlefish.
The paddle catfish.
Stop it. The guy that had the paddlefish actually keeps them in an abandoned water treatment plant. He's got a 160,000 gallon round thing that he keeps them in.
Mm-hmm.
We need to look for that. An abandoned water park, an abandoned, like SeaWorld, an abandoned Joggle Lake, something like that. An abandoned zoo, an abandoned something like that where we can just take over, That's what we need to move up to.
Just an abandoned zoo. So you get all the tanks, But we got David Donovan says, can you put the flyover turtle in the monster pond?
No.
I mean, we could. We just don't.
We don't
really
want
like
him to get eaten. Okay, the red tails go right after their fins and starts biting them. Matter of fact, do your little
No.
yes.
No.
We had this little Chinese guy come over here, and he had a fly river turtle, and Josh puts him in the fish pool inside, where at that time we had red tails and alligator gars, and immediately the fly river turtle went to the bottom, and the red tails started coming after him. And what'd he say?
Get the turtle.
Say it right.
It's like, get the turtle.
He's like, get the turtle, get the turtle, get the turtle. But it was all in like a Japanese slang, like he barely spoke American. It was so funny the way Josh did it. It was spot on. And so Josh jumped in there, got the turtle out because the red tails were going after it, and just got the turtle out. We cannot put our fly river turtle into the pond because of that.
Mara's here. So I've been here but not logged in on my TV. Been listening since 6.
Oh no, we're in trouble.
Any tips on keeping Arapaima? You need at least a 5,000 gallon tank. The bigger the footprint, the better.
Yeah.
And they eat a lot.
Now, do you guys notice everyone says Arapaima jump, okay? Do you guys know why this is? Because people buy them and put a 6-inch Arapaima in a 125, and then he grows to 12 inches, and now he's hitting the lid and he's jumping. In the wild, okay, let's say the Amazon River, goes 2 miles wide, and then it dries up and there's ponds, and they jump. As soon as it gets too small, they start jumping to find the bigger water, the more water, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes they find ponds, sometimes they find rivers. But this is a natural instinct to them. So if your Pima is jumping and hitting the top, he's feeling like it's too small and insecure, and he's jumping to try and find the next water. And they will find a way out, and they will jump out of a little slit in the back or whatever, and you'll wake up and your Pima will be dead. You're keeping them in too small of a tank. Our Pima are in pools, and we never see them jump, ever. They never, ever jump. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta take that in consideration.
Great question. Corey Swift, how does one go about getting a date with Mara?
She's sworn off men, she says, unless they have money, whatever. They can take care of her righteous. She's not even going to accept any dates from anybody unless they're can take care of her. She's done playing, she said.
David Buchanan says, what size tank should I upgrade for my Barramundi, Josh? It's in a 200 gallon and it's 12 inches. For now, a 200 should be fine, but
for a little bit.
But Barramundi get massive. You're talking, 3-foot fish in captivity. You're going to need a pretty big tank.
You should just bring it to OFR. Oh my goodness.
I had one more. When do you think your Stingrays will have her pups? I am waiting excitedly. I actually just seen her today. She was up on the side of the pool, and I was able to see her humps. Yes, her lovely lady humps.
Oh, stop it. You're not in a rap song, you're a video.
It's furry, all right. But yes, I seen, so normally the Stingray's back will get super tall, and then right before they start to move, they'll kind of shift down to the side a bit, and they'll end up growing a bit more. And now she has shifted down, and these packs on her back, which is where the babies are stacked back and forth, they are getting massive.
Yeah.
I do not see movement. I cannot verify it because I'm not seeing her through glass. If I see something I think is movement, it could be, it could not be, it could be her flicking her disc. Normally you see it, they're sitting on the bottom of the tank, and you'll see the little baby just do a little flicker or something like that. Once you see movement, you know you have less than 30 days. So right now it's kind of hard for us to tell. So every time I'm out there, we just look for baby stingrays, which it's a little bit nicer now because there's hardly nothing in that pond. So now if there's babies that come out, you're not going to have a bunch of, stingray parents that are trying to eat them or whatnot. But the cool thing about this ray, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but there's these things called a bat ray. And to get a bat ray, it's actually frowned upon, but they look awesome. And
they're amazing.
It's a recessive gene from.
Look up bat ray on YouTube.
From, most of the time breeders are overbreeding a stingray and they're not getting the right nutrition or something like that, and they have a recessive gene, and they're actually born with part of their disc missing.
So in other words, their front disc look like this, and all this is missing. And you can see just their face here, and it comes out into this. That's why they say it's a bat ray. Looks like the Batman.
Yeah, looks like the Batman logo there. But she does have that gene, so we might get lucky, and she might pop out a bat ray.
Now, don't get that mistaken with these people. In China, they cut the baby ray's disc to make it look like a bat ray. And it's unnatural. It's painful for the babies. Don't buy them like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't promote that. They actually cut stars in the side of their thing all the way around, so it looked jagged. And don't go for that kind of stuff. Don't promote that kind of torture to the babies.
So we shall see. Couldn't you snorkel in the stingray tank to confirm? I'm sure I could. I just haven't wasted my time. The babies will be here when they're here, and when they are, you guys will get the video of it. Yes. But now that the stingrays are gone, we've come to the conclusion that the few breeders we have left, we want to go ahead and stick in the 3,000 gallon, because it was nice being able to see them in the tank. And the Pacus left them alone.
Pacus left them alone and will not eat the babies. So right now they're in with a Arapaima. And if the stingrays shoot out, let's say 8 babies, and they're 4 inches round, the Arapaima will just come suck them up. And this is what we think happened with any of the ones of Kevin's rays when they were in the pool. We never saw no babies. There had to have been babies. So the catfish and the Arapaima were sucking them up at night before we got a chance to see them.
Someone's asking about how the turtle is doing in the pond. He's doing good.
I haven't seen the Mexican musk turtle.
I have. He's fine.
Yesterday, day before that.
I just got a TikTok of him the other night. He came up and he was actually docking up in the driftwood, little island.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen him for 4 days.
He's not there. He's behind the Universal Rocks background.
That's what I'm saying. You may need to go check that out.
He gets out on himself. The last time I tried getting him out, he went deeper in. So I'm like, I'm gonna quit messing with him, and he came back out on his own.
Oh, you go on the outside of the Universal Rocks. You start tapping out there and making him move away from you.
Doesn't work. I tried it.
Okay, so you start hitting harder. I'm kidding.
People asking about Barramundi. So they are extremely hard to get in the United States now.
We had one before.
Yeah, a long time ago. But they are illegal to export right now. Same thing with the maroon sharks. You can't get no more. And we're actually thinking about going in with Rod and trying to start up a breeding program, because I think he has 5, we have 4. So out of those 9, if we can get them to breed, we'll be the only guys in the United States with maroon sharks.
Yeah, and we've got 3 big ones.
For everyone asking what's the gift from Rod, they were paddlefish.
32-inch paddlefish, 6 of them. Nice.
David Donovan says, if I donate a dozen Frontosa to the nonprofit fish rescue in Ohio, can you fit them into the monster pond upon my request? I think they will be fine. My only request as the fish relinquished.
I would refrain from putting them in the monster pond where they would get eaten. Trust me, they would get eaten. We can put them in with the other Frontosa.
Yes, Peruvian sharks are illegal to import right now. So they're not. Don't get this mistaken with they're illegal to own because you're allowed to own them. But the country who exports them, they put a stop to all exports of Peruvian sharks. Why that reason is, I didn't read up on it. I just know the end game right now. So we cannot get no more Peruvian sharks.
She says tomorrow's video has both paddlefish and stingray move. Yes.
All right, so I'm not done editing it right now. I've got a lot of video. It might be a two-parter.
It
might be one. What we'll see by the end of the night. How I feel.
I would do a two-parter.
Well, we know what you would do, but this is me. But if it is a two-parter, one will be out tomorrow. One will be out on Sunday. Wait, no, on Monday. I'm sorry.
Fill with water. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what these people say about you. You're all right in my book.
Hey, Rich.
Yes, sir.
The main thing is just don't panic. You know why?
Wow. Stillwater. He's about to be banned. He says, any new Bigrich dolls? It's action figures. No new ones, buddy. Oh, my goodness. Whip Swirl says, hey, Rich, with all the different exotic animals you've kept, have you ever kept a kookaburra? No, we did not. If yes, where did you get it from? We were buying all of our animals from the Mount Hope Exotic Animal Auction. We had, baby bears, tigers, lions. We had wolves. We had baby deer, baby skunks, armadillos. We had baby groundhogs. Anything else I remembered? The wolf we had.
Yeah.
Oh, the monkeys. We had like 4 different monkeys. Oh, the Black Panther. The 14-foot retic python.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you can remember? The 4 macaws.
Yeah, flying squirrels.
Flying squirrels, yes.
The little marsupial type.
All kinds of different stuff.
Why is it the monster fish in the pool pond are not breeding? Some of them do, some of them don't. We don't try to breed. It's not our forte here. All we do is put them in a naturalistic environment.
As best as possible.
If you're wanting to, breed like catfish, there's certain things you have to do to get certain catfish to breed. Just throwing them in a tank together is not enough.
Right.
So like just like you have two turtles that's supposed to be male and female. Why aren't you breeding them? Well, it's not that easy. With the Flyover turtles, you need like a 15-foot round pool setup. You need half water, half sand, because they're gonna come out of the water and lay in the sand. So it's not always just that simple. Someone said who forgot to mute their text notifications. That's the big guy over here.
What?
You didn't. Your
yeah.
ringer going off. Brittany Ziblis, $50 says Happy Fishy Friday, guys. What is your favorite thing Bigrich has cooked for you, and what's your rating?
Over.
Yeah.
We'll get that when he comes back.
What I cooked yesterday? Oh, he loves the big breakfast. The hillbilly breakfasts with the biscuits and gravy and the sausage and eggs and the breakfast corn. Usually I make it with what's that with the apples, the fried apples, and a piece of ham, and then sausage patties, and it's just a big mess of food, And I cooked it with chocolate chip pancakes also. And if you give Hoover sugar, he's in love with you. Period. So I sprinkled some powdered sugar over his chocolate chip pancakes, and I trimmed butter on there and put some butter on top. And I hit it through that grater. I grated butter on top in the little pieces that drizzled all over, so it melted everywhere. You don't have to spread it. It works great. And, you know, he loves that. He loves that hillbilly breakfast.
She also said, Josh, love the Awesome People segment with the crocheted bit baby stuff. Was super cute.
Oh, wasn't that awesome?
She said, hope you're closer to a name now. Don't even get me started.
Well, see, now we've been doing that Awesome People edition on Facebook for like over a year. And I'm like, you know what? Let's start doing it on YouTube. And now you guys are seeing it because there's only 40,000 people on Facebook, but there's 150,000 people on YouTube. So now everybody gets to see what, you know, people donate and help us out with and that kind of stuff. And it helps out a lot more like that, you know.
And I think we're further away from a name than we were a couple of months ago.
Oh, come on, Josh.
Yeah. It's bad.
This is getting bad.
It's bad. And then she also said, Bigrich, sorry you were mugged.
Oh my God, I was mugged. Oh, my face is burning. This is burning seriously hot. You don't get it. Look how white that is and how red all this is from here. It was just and I don't like coffee. And the smell of coffee and the taste of coffee afterwards, it was horrible.
All right, so
Thank you, sir.
AJ said lost hope on the water dragon. Yes and
Yes and
no.
We
So
still
it's getting warmer out, so we're getting more worried. But when I go behind the koi tanks, behind the monster pond, I smell the lizard back there.
No.
That's what you had sitting on the counter.
Oh, that's horrible, dude.
You had sitting on the counter.
No.
It's all right.
I swear, I'm saying you want me to go make you another one?
No, let me go look and see because
You got Absolute.
I don't know where Absolute came from. I
It was
didn't
from those
buy
lemon
that.
drops.
He used that's what I taste in there is
Yeah.
lemon.
Yeah.
You had lemon vodka?
It's citrus vodka.
Citrus vodka.
Yeah.
My vodka is by the little
It's-
packs of the
There was
purple
nothing
stuff.
there. There was
Quit
nothing there.
being
Then
a
you go into
baby.
my room and get it more. I have
Oh, all
another
right.
pack
I
in there.
don't know if you wanted me in your room.
Now you got citrus vodka with
Great.
grape Kool-Aid. It's horrible.
So back to the water dragon. I go
I
behind the monster pond, the koi tanks back there. I see more droppings and I smell the lizard because you know lizards kind of have this musk to them. And when I go back there, I smell it. So I'm waiting to just see him. If I see him and I know where he goes, I won't stop until I find him. But I have personally not seen him, but I have seen the droppings from the lizard have been multiplying. We've been cleaning them up, and they keep reappearing. So that tells me he's still out there. So we kind of lost hope, but I've been seeing signs of him there. So take it for what it's worth.
I don't. This guy Art. Now he comments a lot, and a lot of times I don't understand what he's saying. I got a question for you, Big Rich. Here's a drinking word for you. You got to say "Big Buddy" to drink from Ohio. Okay, I don't understand that because our drinking word is Stingray today. So I don't know why Big Buddy would come into that. But you know, thank you. I just don't understand.
Oh, man.
Allison Berry. See, there's someone that cares. She says, keep aloe in cold water. It does feel tremendous. If I put cold water on my face and my neck, it feels tremendous. It feels great. The medics were here and they said it's only a stage 1 burn or whatever it is. What do you call that?
First degree?
First degree burn, yes. So he says like just a bad sunburn. I'm like, okay. He goes, there's no bubbling. I'm like, okay, but it stings. He goes, well, put something on it. I'm like, okay.
Brian Jennings says, any breeding in the peacock bass tank? So we had signs of the monos trying to breed, and nothing ever came of that. I don't think the eggs were actually fertilized. So, it's going to be a little while before they try again.
Okay, I don't see it, and it flipped past my thing, but somebody asked, do we rescue in Virginia? Yes, of course we do. We rescue all around the United States. The problem with the long rescues is if we have to make a designated trip, we're going to have to wait until we have 3 or 4 or 5 other rescues near you to be able to head that way to make it worth their while. I can't head all the way to Oklahoma for a single Oscar. You know what I'm saying? We're spending $400 to $500 in gas and food and all that kind of stuff. That would just be ridiculous. You know, now if I can go there and I can fill the whole van up and the trailer up with donations and fish and all that, and I can come back here and I can do a lot of good by giving them out to people and giving away fish, finding good homes for them, then I'm doing a good thing, and we spent the same amount of money. So, you know, I can't just go. I've gotten people mad at me because I won't go to New Hampshire to pick up their axolotl. You know, I can't. I have to. If you want me to come pick it up, okay, I can put you on a list going that way. Now I can call you back as I add other people on. 3-4 months from now, no, I have to have it gone tomorrow. Well, I can't help you then. You know, I'm sorry, but I can't just drop everything and drive to New Hampshire. You know, it's just, a lot of people don't really understand. I have to make it worth the trip to where I have 4 or 5 or 6 different rescues, and we spend the day there in your city, and then we come back home and, you know, we take care of them and we do all this stuff. So it's, I don't know, I can't really explain it, but it's gotta, if you want us to go for a long distance trip, it's going to take a few months to plan to go that way. And we have to schedule a bunch of other trips along the way or near you. So if you can wait, then yes, we can come to your city and do this. But I can't tell you how long you have to wait. It could be 1 month. It could be 4 months. But we have to schedule and do all this. So I've got people from all over the United States right now that are waiting on me to schedule in their area. And when I get another scheduled thing, like if you call me right now and says, can you come to Utah? Well, right now I've got 3 pickups in Utah. I'm still not going there, but that would be a 4th. You know what I'm saying? So it would be closer to get there. Right now, that's the closest one we've got on our long trips. So the problem is I can't, if I only got 1 thing to pick up in New York City and 3 things to pick up in Florida, you know, we're going to wait. We're going to wait it out some more. And then when I get more trips in either one of them, we'll see which one comes first. I may get, you know, 4 more trips in Florida and then we're off to Florida. Or I may get 7 more trips in you know, New Hampshire, New Jersey, and we're off to New York, you know. So I cannot say, and, you know, I cannot predict. I just take requests for our rescues. So, you know, it's so hard to explain to somebody, but that's basically how I do it.
So someone asked how it feels to have a better beard than you, Bigrich. He was talking to me.
I don't have a beard. Hoover's got a better, Tracy's got a better beard than me.
Oh, that's crazy.
She don't shave every day. I do. I never got into the beard and mustache, and I couldn't understand what my kids did. And then he started doing the Abe Lincoln thing. I was just, it was the Amish thing. He had the chin strap all the way around. And I'm like, dude, you got to get rid of that. He's like, no, the girls like it. Well, now he's much older, and, you know, now he's married and all this stuff. But
it just evolved into a full beard. But the chin strap was it for a while.
if I let hair grow, I'll have beards on places you don't want to see.
Hey, there's a good one up there for Mara right there.
What's that?
See it?
No, I don't see it.
Right there. Right, come
Quit
down.
pointing and say what it's saying.
It says right there. Come down right there.
Okay, this is from, Mara says.
He's answering
Yeah, she's answering
else.
somebody else's.
The sidebar.
thing.
Someone said Noxema for sunburn. Noxema is usually for acne, and I think that stuff would burn your sunburn. Would it not? He's saying that it's originally for sunburn. They're using it as a face cream, but that stuff burns. I wouldn't use it.
Oh, that'll burn it.
I got a
Really?
aloe cream, Tracy's sunblock that has aloe in it on my face. That's what the medic said to use. But I tell you, it don't feel as good as if I just put cold water on my face and wipe it down. Oh my God. You know, I mean, if you look at me, there's my arm. Look at my face. It's red as can be. I got a little bit of brown on the back of my arms, but my face is still redder. This is all burnt from that cup of coffee being thrown in my face out right off the Keurig. I mean, it comes, I don't know what degrees it comes out, but it was hot. I screamed. I mean, I screamed sort of like King Kong would scream if he couldn't walk. I mean, it hurt. And then I immediately told her, get out. How dare you treat me like this after I put up with you yelling at me. I put up with you being here. And then all you want to do is sleep. And then you get mad at us because we bother your sleep. You know, who the hell are you? Get out.
Someone asked, will you guys ever own that stingray from the Amazon that gets pretty huge?
No.
I don't know of any stingray from the Amazon that gets huge, but there
It's the freshwater Amazon. It gets about 10 foot around. Yeah.
They're from Asia, and they're known as the death ray, and they can get massive, yes. And one was just
Them
pulled
get up
out.
to like 14, 15 foot. Yeah.
One was just pulled out, and it's the now the heaviest freshwater fish that was ever done. But those are over in Asia. And Jeremy Wade actually caught one on his show, and these things are massive, and we have no business owning one. Keep them in the wild.
Right.
Where are we at?
Any fishy questions?
Oh, someone said egg white is good for burns. You gonna try it?
No.
Oh, man.
Hey, look, baby diarrhea works great too. Try that, Rich. No.
Ooh. Brian Jennings
Wait a
says,
minute.
any suggestion on how to get severums to breed? Yes, I've got a great one. You know, you put them in a tank, you turn the lights down, you turn on some Barry White, sets the mood perfectly, and we're good to go. No, but see, seriously, you usually a nice cool water change will usually do the trick. So I would try that
Temperature
one.
change in water does induce them into breeding behavior. Laura Petrowski says, Noxzema put in the fridge. It does work. I am 64 and I used it since I was 4 years old, and it moistens your skin too. Maybe worth trying. Do we have any laying around?
I have some in my house. I don't think I have them here.
Okay. Well,
I'm bringing some.
bring some by, yeah. Thank you, Lord. That kind of like makes everybody else's comments more real.
Let's go. We got 8 minutes left.
Jeremy Reed says, any tricks on how to get my goldfish to grow?
Feed them.
No, seriously, you can feed them in the morning, afternoon, evening. Give them a little bit, 6 times a day. They will grow way more than a lot of food one time a day, because then you'll have excess and you'll have water changes to do. You give them a little bit of food and they can keep on feeding all day long. A little bit of food many times a day will make them grow more.
Update on the goonch and the jow.
Oh, did I tell you how jealous Rod was of our goonch?
I would be too.
He's like, oh my God.
Yeah, he is. And he's only getting bigger. This thing is a eating machine, and I feed him daily. Normally with the bigger catfish, we'll do, every other day, possibly every third day once they get huge. And it just kind of slows down their growth a little bit. But this guy, I want him to grow, so he gets fed every day. And he's up there in warmer water, but on the cooler spectrum. So he's down lower in the fish room, so he's not up at, say, 82 degrees. He might be at like 77, 78. And he's warm enough to where he's more active, but he's also still cool enough that he's not stressing out. And that this thing just eats like a monster.
Okay. We got a question or a message from Mara Rice. I'm sorry, Mara, but I had to remove it. She was cussing out Nicole and said some mean things, and I stop it.
I just put it so I could read it.
Oh, okay. We can't let that be out and about. I know
Go, Mara!
I know you're sticking up for me, and I love you to death, but there was just too many swear words in there. This is a family-oriented show, so thank you, Mara. I appreciate the loyalty. I love you.
People keep asking about feeding videos of the goon. So normally I do feed him, and I just plug it into other videos. So you guys just have to watch. And I will keep plugging in goonch feeding videos. The jow, though, He is very anticlimactic. He's not very fun to feed.
Don't you put your food
I-
right up to him?
I have to put the food right up next to his mouth. He will not come out and grab it. If I drop it and it falls in front of his mouth, he won't do it. The only time he eats is if I take the food in my finger and I
Touch
go
it
up
right here.
to his mouth,
if I was
he'll
eating
just go,
Hoover, right here. You gotta touch that lip.
Yeah.
That's more. I know y'all got me. LOL.
All right, 5
Okay,
minutes.
guys, I want to let you know. I went ahead and purchased GoPro 10 waterproof camera. We're going to be doing underwater feedings, underwater videos, underwater narrations where you guys said it was like ASMR before. We're going to be adding them into our videos for us, and help things out. We haven't had an underwater camera in a long time. I was expecting to run across the deal, never have, so we just went ahead and bought new. So it's we're waiting for it to come in. It'll be here, Wednesday or something.
All right, so this one's a little too funny not to pass up. Mr. Feed the Fish says, can you guys donate the Abba knife to my fish channel? So I replied, can you donate your firstborn child to ours? So the Abba knife is one of our mascots. That is Aladdin. He will be staying with us forever.
Yeah, the last time I had one, it got to about 3.5 foot, and we decided, it's taking up a single tank, and we're a rescue. We need to use this tank space for other fish. I went ahead and donated it and gave it to one of the public aquariums, and then instantly regretted it. And my son bought me another one to grow out, and it was like, 8 inches?
Yeah, he's getting big now.
And now he's about 30 inches?
I'd say 26.
26, okay.
But he's definitely way too big for that 110 now, so we need to give him an upgrade here soon. I've got him also feeding every single day, and he's just now starting to put on some mass. So we definitely want to give him a bit bigger tank soon. Same thing with the Amara, but I was waiting until these Stingrays were gone. Everything calmed back down because once we play Fish Tank Tetris, if you move something, you have to watch everyone. If you move too many things at one time, you're going to lose fish that you love.
You got things that, you forgot to hook up an overflow here, or this tank here is draining out, and we forgot to do this, or that there. There's just so many parameters that change when we move tanks, and it's bad.
So yes, we're going to do one thing at a time. We're going to figure it out where it wants to go, move him, watch him for a few days, make sure he's fine, and then we'll go on to the next one. So a lot of things are going to be changing, getting back to the way that we want things and making it better for display. So it is exciting. Let's try and find a few more questions.
Where did Hoover get those lime green slip-ons? Lower Petoskey.
I don't know. I found them at a store. They was only like, I think $15 or something like that. And my favorite food, somebody said something about what was my favorite snacks. I like popcorn and
oh my God.
And
he
beef
cooks
jerky
popcorn
and stuff
every
like
single
that.
night, and he burns it. And it makes the house smell of burnt popcorn. He's still eating it.
No, that's those old bags of popcorn. They keep burning in the microwave. I need to get a popcorn maker is what I really want.
Okay. I have one. Sue Ann says, Hoover has stopped blinking. Stingray, stingray, stingray. I think that means drink.
David Buchanan says, I wish I could give you guys my Barramundi so he has what he needs for a healthier life, and so Josh has a healthier life.
Let us know,
where
you're
less angry. I think he's across seas.
Oh, is it? That's the problem, yeah.
All right, let's try and find one more good question. Wait a minute. So I showed them this picture just as a...
Go ahead, show me the picture.
Yeah, just because you guys stuck with us for tonight, we've got the other picture of Rod, which I'm going to use for thumbnails, and one of them was a picture for the OFR calendar.
And Kevin Y from Stingray Biology called me today and thanked me. He was so happy to have his stingrays back.
So with the less than we're 7:30. Let's go ahead and show it. Look at them, beautiful.
Hold
Lots
it still.
of me.
You gotta hold it still. Closer. That's Rodrigo from Predatory
It's so
Pets.
blurry. I swear it's not blurry on my phone, guys. Wait a minute. Look at that look.
It looks like he's got, boobies.
Alrighty, so we appreciate you guys for coming and hanging out with us on tonight's Stay Fishy Friday. We love hanging out with you guys, and we will all catch you next week on another Stay Fishy Friday.
Thank you guys for staying with us and hanging out with us. Appreciate it. Love you all. Take care and stay fishy.
Stay fishy, man.
As always,
Stay fishy, my friends.